Pizza Tower is the gamest game of all time. Like, no, seriously. I have not played a game before that makes me think, oh my god, this is a game. Like, the wording doesn't make sense, but you get what I mean. You feel what I mean, I hope. So basically, you play as an Italian man named Peppino Spaghetti, as if being Italian wasn't bad enough. And your pizzeria is in danger because of this thing called Pizza Face. So you have to climb his tower to stop him. Maybe it's a pizza tower, At least that's why I picked up from the game. I was too busy doing other stuff. This game states in its description that it's based off of Wario Land, and the inspiration is very clear, even though I've never played a Wario game in my life. I already played this game once and I was completely blown away. Not because it was some transgressive, inspirational piece of art, but because it was fun. And I feel that that's all a game really needs to be. Like, of course, I love a good story in a game. One of my favorite games of all time is Portal 2. And do you think I would like it that much if it was just a portal simulator? Maybe actually, but that's beside the point. But at the same time, another one of my favorite games is Super Meat Boy. Yes, I am surprised too. That game's story is that your girlfriend's been stolen by Dr. Fetus for the sole reason of him hating you, and you have to get her back. As cool as that story is, the reason why I like the game so much is because it's challenging and, you know, fun. It took me playing it on and off for 3 years. That's very on and off, by the way. Just to beat it. This game is straight action, straight fun, and pure adrenaline, which is why I honestly believe it may be the best game of the year despite it only being February. There's not much more that I could say that hasn't been said already, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Number 1, the art style. I love the art direction in this game. I love how fluid it feels despite looking like it was made in MS Paint, and looking like it was made in MS Paint isn't even a bad thing. I love the pixel art look of it. It looks like it looks like a bunch of running water. It looks like jello. I love it. It reminds me a lot of Ren and Stimpy with how absurd everything looks. There's definitely so much more that I can say about the art, but I think it's best to just see it for yourself. Number 2, the music. I wasn't sure about how I felt with the music in the hub world, but then I suddenly found myself listening to the Pizza Time theme on repeat, and I could ogle about that theme alone for a good hour and 27 minutes. And another thing about the hub music is that whenever you switch between zones, it changes the music ever so slightly to match with the theme, and it's just mwah, chef's kiss. But going back to the Pizza Tower theme for a sec, it is the absolute perfect theme to convey the message of get out of here now, as it should be. At the end of each level, after you've gone through the whole thing, you knock down a pillar named Pillar John. God, I love this game's names. And once you knock down that pillar, a timer pops up. Wait, why is there a timer? And you have to backtrack through the whole level as fast as possible before Big Pizza Face looking ass gets you and gives you a sweet game over. It sounds like it would be boring as hell to backtrack through the whole thing over again, but trust me, it's not. The way the game does this is there's John blocks that flip from on to off, forcing you to take a slightly different, faster path than the one you took to go through the tower the first time. As a matter of fact, this is kind of getting into more spoilery territory, so please just go play the game. I beg of you, like, please, actually, please. As a matter of fact, there's John blocks scattered through the hub zones, foreshadowing the end of the game. Yeah. I know this is kind of a skip, but I'm writing this as it comes on my mind, but I just want to talk about the end boss fight for a minute. It starts as a simple little Super Mario World-esque through the enemy at the boss type fight, but then after that, who the hell are you? Pizza Face reveals himself at last. So after going through all that, he throws all the bosses you fought prior to that at you again. But not to worry, since you go full Metal Gear Rising and take out half their health before the fight even begins. I didn't even really touch on the bosses before. It was because I suck at writing scripts and I'm too lazy to fix it, but there's a Pepperman. You also fight the Noise, a complete parody of Domino's the Noid, a pile of pizza dough called the Vigilante, who holds a gun, and a f***ed-up version of yourself. Yeah. So then you have to fight all of them again in the climax of the final boss fight. But Pepito's just so pissed he takes them out in an instant. Italian rage, am I right? So after all that, there's one more phase. But then after all that, the tower starts crumbling down on top of you. This is where the John blocks scattered throughout the hub worlds that I touched on just a little bit ago come into play. After you finally beat the final boss, it's another section like the end of the level. Let's go! It truly feels like the end of everything that's been built up prior. As you rush through the crumbling tower, you pick up the top ends, bust through enemies, and even the bosses that you just beat to an inch of their lives are following you. Sigh. This game's just really good. Please play it. If not for Peppino, do it for Mort the Chicken. That's right, they got Mort the Chicken, the hit PS1 game that never got a sequel. It's seriously so funny how he's there. I know the game's $20, which is basically the equivalent of Forspoken for indie games, but trust me, it's worth it. I didn't, but I could have gotten it for free if you know what I mean. But I'm so glad I didn't. I could go on and on analyzing every level, especially the FNAF level. Yes, that's real, and yes, there are spooky jump scares. There's the war level. I hate the war level. It's not even a bad level. I just suck at the game. But I seriously just want you to go play it for yourself. Save up your money, or if you're rich, just go splurge a couple bucks, and trust me, you won't regret it. Now I'm gonna go bury myself alive because I hate writing scripts and I never get all my thoughts across properly and I always spend way too much time editing and I'm gonna die. Bye.